We have Alesh scam. Did he make his bet before the match? Nope, he didn't.
Nope. It's like he just stood up and starting to play HearthStone.
God damn it, Alesh. Again.
Okay, we got Shaman versus Druid. In my opinion, better matchup for the Shaman.
And he played the Shaman last time, right? And won 2 in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
He won against Ekop, a pretty maddening game where Ekop only had 1 card in the end left that could target 2 cards that could target the Hero Eviscerate or SI7 agent.
And he was at 3 HP or something.
Yeah, in the end it was an SI7 agent and Alesh surviving. The hand for Zadkiel is total not good at all.
That's awful.
I mean, yeah, innovate into swipe, Savage Roar, and whatever. So you need to innovate out your Zudrake next turn, actually. And that's okay. From Alesh, we probably have...
Coin Feral Spirits, or no, it's going to be the Unbound then Feral Spirits next turn, obviously.
And the counterplay is absolutely that is Zudrake. If he innovates out the Zudrake, it will be absolutely great for him, since he can Raz or swipe away the Unbound Elemental buffed creature. That would turn out so great for Zadkiel in the end. He needs to go for it.
Is he considering innovate swiping?
I would go for my Zudrake. There's like, if your enemy has a Soundness plus Lightning Bolt, well, get wrecked. Absolutely. That would be so devastating. But in this, under these circumstances, it looks just great for Zadkiel. There's going to be the first Spirits, Overload, whatever.
That's fine.
And he's
the
going to
swipe is going to be painful.
5 damage swipe, exactly what he needs here. I mean, dream start for the Shaman. Get your Unbound, get your Wolves out, and then you get swiped. So dream start, counter, get wrecked, shed tears.
It could be worse, though.
I want to see Alesh's face, no reaction. Just the obvious, damn it, that wasn't cool. And you're going to lose both Wolves, so... And the only thing you can do is... Well, he could, instead of Juggler, he could have gone for the Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, but that way he gets a stronger minion on the board and actually a threat.
Would you charge it down?
No, I would Raz and Harvest Golem.
Raz and Harvest Golem, big fan of that move. You get rid of it. You could Raz also for the card draw and hero ability, but you want to have minions on the board.
Yeah, exactly.
So Raz, Harvest Golem, definitely the better move.
And what will we have for Alesh? Most likely the Zudrake.
Absolutely. What else does he want to play? The Zudrake is absolutely okay. You could go for your Doomhammer just to go damage, but then you cannot go for your turn 6 Fire Elemental.
Exactly.
Well, the great thing, if you go for your Doomhammer, you could go 4 in the face, and next turn you go 2 on his minion, and then Earthshock for 1 to get completely rid of him without any remains. 6 mana, double Druid of the Claw. Well, now you could charge 1 in. If you taunt it up, it's always like, yeah.
With turn 6 coming up, the Black Knight risk.
And as always, there's a hex, you lose a minion again for no value. So rather charge it in, maintain the board control. There's going to be the Fire Elemental probably screwing over your minion. And now he's going to Doomhammer.
Doomhammer Earthshock?
Yeah, I like that.
He gets overloaded.
Well, still, you got your Feral Spirits to drop next turn, and then you got a turn 6 fire. You got a turn 8 Fire Elemental for the 2 Overload. So I think this is good. You maintain the board control. You get 5 mana next turn, and you could, if you only drop Argent Squire and Defend of Argus, that's okay. And if you drop the Feral Spirits plus an Argent Squire, great board, and you get enough mana next turn to go for your Fire Elemental, even with the Overload.
Ancient for more options. Gets a big minion on the board as well.
And nice cards. Another swipe, Yeti. And against an Ancient, with a Fire Elemental in my hand, I would definitely go for the Feral Spirits. I would Lightning Bolt him. I don't like that one. I would let him kill one of my Wolves and then Fire Elemental him away. That would be better. Like now you took yourself the option of playing a Fire Elemental next turn.
But he has a Defender and he has a board. And it's rough for Zadkiel to clear it. He knows one swipe was already played. So the risk of losing his board is non-existent.
And we might see Swipe Keeper now, just to get rid of the whole board, except 1 minion. But that's just great. And he cannot even totem up and Defend of Argus. That's just super annoying. You could Argus Earthshock to trade, but you could double attack, take 4 more damage, but you don't want to do that. I'm just going to stick with this. I didn't like the Lightning Bolt, and I think the Lightning Bolt threw him a bit back.
Yeah. Delayed the Fire Elemental, which is crucial.
Oh, we saw the swipe and the Keeper, so that would have wrecked his board completely in the end, and, well, wouldn't have been so optimum, but then there's still the option of a Lightning Storm. So I think Fire Elemental still would have been better. What's Alesh going to do? So he's not going to take 4 damage here. Drop down to 13 when you're just away 1 turn from the Force of Nature combo. But you need to kill his minion or you're dead.
Might drop to 15 though.
You drop to 15? That would be okay. But he needs to get rid of the minion. Force of Nature, Roar, you're dead. So he can attack once, defend off Argus, trade, kill. I think that's the safest place somewhere. Oh, he goes for it. Drops down to 13. Like this, he survives with 1 HP.
Yep.
Force of Nature, Roar. And I expect Zadkiel to actually go for it. Just Force of Nature, Roar.
I mean, he has still the Druid of the Claw.
And the Argent Commander.
And the Commander.
And the hero ability. So that's like, yeah, so many cards to win the game with. He can go for Chillwind Yeti and the Charger additionally, absolutely. But I would have liked the Force of Nature Roar more ASAP. Okay, Lightning Storm, Fire Elemental.
And it's over.
Lightning Storm, Fire Elemental. Yeah,
it's the most likely play, but he probably knows that the risk of Force of Nature is really high. But do you go for that play and hope he doesn't hold it on his hand, or do you risk the 25% chance that you get a totem?
You can still go for a Totem, Lightning Storm, and last case you have is an Earthshock.
Well, you go for Unbound, Totem, Lightning Storm, but yeah.
If you get the Taunt Totem, that would have worked out. Like, it hits for 3, you could trade with Taunt Totem, you survive, you get an Unbound out. So it would have been able for you to survive only if you get a Taunt Totem, so 1 out of 4 chances. Now, Force of Nature Roar for Zadkiel, winning the first game of this best of 3 against Alesh. Yep. Well played. Gonna wreck him here.
It was a quick match.
Considering this is a Shaman versus Druid match, I think it's just both players played fast, and if we saw Ricketan and Cinex last game, they were always like, the rope appears, now I need to play. The rope appears, now I need to play. Timer's running out. Into that game now, gonna see if Alesh is able to beat Zadkiel here. The starting hand is promising.
Looks awesome. I mean, Twilight Drake, Mountain Giant already going second, so he gets the coin, has a Watcher. But Zadkiel, it's okay. Like, he is a Wild Growth, he is an Innovate.
I think the Wild Growth is really important against Handlock. You want to get the big minions out, so he gets his first Giant or the first Twilight Drake, and you already have 2 minions on the board. That's what you want to achieve with a Wild Growth somehow. And I mean, he can do that, so there's going to be 4 mana soon, 5 mana, Innervate. Oh, that's going to be interesting to see how this game develops. I mean, turn 4, he could Innervate out the Archon Commander now to turn 5, play the Druid of the Claw. Yep. Double Druid of the Claw, I would do that. Innervate my Archon Commander, 2/4 now. That's a great hand for Zadkiel. It's going to be a really interesting game.
Do you think he's going to coin out the Twilight?
I mean, what else does he want to do against that Argent Commander?
Play the Watcher.
Play the Watcher, no Taunters. Zadkiel is going to be so annoying now. He get, wow, double Force of Nature and no Taunters for Alesh.
Wow.
This could end really, really fast if he just decides to go the brain dead full face. I risk it, I win or I lose.
I mean, he could bring him down to 16 already.
Yeah. You could also just play the Taunted Druid of the Claw. There's no chance that Alesh is killing it. I mean, if you play it Taunted now, he cannot Soulfire it away. So both minions would stay alive 100%, whatever Alesh does. He would need a Mortal Coil. So he would need Giant or Drake, Coin, Mortal Coil, Soulfire to get rid of one of the minions. So I think a Taunted up Druid of the Claw, I like that one actually more. Yeah, and then next turn you can play another one, and then you get 12 damage on the board. So this is way better if you taunt it up. If you charge it up, it just gets soul fired.
And we see the Shadow Flame in the hand of Alesh. And he has the Watcher out, so...
Oh, he taunts it up. Yes.
Nice.
The thing is, if Alesh wants to Shadow Flame, he needs to Power Overwhelm, Coin Shadow Flame, and Soul Fire. You really want to do that?
No, not really.
He could deal 14 damage, bring it down to 6 HP. Even the Raz. Well, he could Raz your ability to kill the Giant. He could Force of Nature plus 2 trees, like 2 trees and the Argent Commander to kill the Giant. This is tricky. You want to maintain the shield on your minion. If you only knew that there's no taunter, I would bring my enemy ASAP down to 6 HP now with the Force of Nature.
This is not easy.
If he wants to go 100% safe, definitely kill the Giant with my... It was my own Force of Nature, I would say. I don't see where you need the Raz.
He's gonna trade in hero ability.
He's going to trade in hero ability, probably. I think I
Or
would have
go
liked the Force of Nature more. You could have dealt 2 more damage. And you would have kept the Raz for later on. Okay. So he can deal 8 more damage if he wants to. Bring him down to 12. No, only 16. He's not risking it. Oh, there's a taunter.
He attacked with the...
Oh, yeah, correct. Sorry. My mistake there. Nice Faceless Manipulator. I like that one a lot. Could have also gone for the Twilight Drake, but the Twilight Drake can get silenced. Force of Nature now to get through that taunter. I think he's going to play a Zoodrake.
Probably. But that slows him down too much. You give Alesh so much time to actually get into the game. He has the Sunfury Protector. You can go for the Twilight Sunfury next turn.
And you definitely...
Still has the Watcher out. He has a Shadow Flame. Looks okay for Alesh, actually.
And you definitely need to run in or 4 damage with your Druid of the Claw now. You know turn 6 is there, turn 6 is coming, and there's a Siphon Soul danger. And if your 4/6 minion without dealing any damage or anything gets killed by a Siphon Soul, that's just super annoying. Yeah, the Force of Nature is a must. Get completely rid of the Druid of the Claw. Is he going to deal the 4 damage though? After you Force of Nature, do you actually have to? That's a great decision in the end. I mean, he would have got Molten Giant hit.
I think Twilight Sunfury it is.
Twilight Sunfury. The main problem, you could Siphon Soul.
You could also Siphon Soul.
No, there's no downside from Siphon Souling. Before I go Twilight Sunfury, I would actually Siphon Soul. I like that more. I mean, you got a Giant just waiting to pop on the board, but you're going to drop lower and lower, so it doesn't matter. And you don't want to play Twilight and Sunfury if your enemy has a minion on the board to just trade easy mode or attack your minion. How much is that going to be Twilight? That's only a 3/6. That's only a 7 HP Twilight, so it can get Force of Nature and hero ability. If Zadkiel is willing to throw his hero ability again like that, his Force of Nature like that. Alesh is taking his time. Could also go for the Shadow Flame, but that seems to be the least optimal play.
Shadow Flame is...
He might consider just dropping his Twilight Drake without doing anything. So like Twilight Drake. Life tap Twilight Drake even. And then next turn he can go for the Molten Giant.
But if there's the Innovate Savage Raw Force of Nature combo, he dies. So he's not going to risk that one.
If you're going to go 100% sure and expect that Innovate there, definitely go for a Taunter. No, he chooses to have the taunt up. We got not so many options for Zadkiel to kill this. I mean, he can kill one.
It has to be in the Zoodrake, in my opinion.
Zoodrake. You could wait a turn with it if you go for a Zoodrake swipe. Like, top decks the swipe, obviously. Yeah, but I agree with you. A Zoodrake, see what you're getting. Black Knight. Wow. That has so much value.
Hero ability, get rid of the Watcher.
Hero ability, get rid of the Watcher. Do I like that one? I agree. as I said, you want to have impact with your minion before you get Siphon Sold, and that's absolutely the correct decision here. You can trade in with his Twilight, but then you only need a Raz to clear it, or just your Drake to run it in. If he's not attacking, that would be great. So if he only Siphon Souls and goes through the phase without trading, he's just going to get Black Knighted easy mode. What are you going to do, Alesh? So Siphon Soul could be the play here. Also, Big Game Hunter, Shadow Flame. Definitely possible. You get rid of the enemy board and you do 6 damage. I think I like the Big Game Hunter Shadow Flame a lot. You got the power overwhelming, so you deal 6 damage now and you could deal 10 damage next turn. With a Leroy already GG, with a Soulfire already GG. Yeah, the Big Game Hunter Shadow Flame is a great play for Alesh.
Gets rid of the board, brings him down to 14.
Should have also gone for the Molten Giant, trade in your 2 minions, so you would still have a 4/3 Twilight Drake. And now we're, wow, yeah, that's tricky. Are you going to silence, just kill it, or Black Knight?
I think Black Knight hero ability.
You're down too far to go for the silence kill, in my opinion. So curious you on the Black Knight. Get rid of the Twilight Drake. He has, together with Force of Nature and the Keeper, 12 damage. That ain't enough to win the game. And Alesh can still go for his Siphon Soul. Senjin, so not enough mana for his Senjin coin Siphon. Oh, but he could do Molten Giant coin Senjin. Is that enough? Bum, 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 bum. He would, yeah, you would survive.
Yeah, easy.
So that's great. Well, easy, 1 HP ain't easy. You would survive with 1 HP. I think that's okay. Go for the, oh, he life taps there. Oh, it's okay. Next turn also, just Molten Giant Senjin. That's possible for him with a coin. Zadkiel Innervate. Huh. What is he going to draw additionally? A Roar, finally. That's what he wants. Argent Commander won again.
With the Roar, he would have won the game. Brings him down to 2, and he has the Keeper on hand.
I would go for my Taunted up Druid of the Claw again. And then try to surprise burst him with Force of Nature, Innovate, Argent Commander. Yeah, that one is cool. Okay, Argent Commander goes in. Is he going into the phase if he plays it? The moment he thinks about the Argent Commander, he could trade the minion without any regrets. Stay alive. Okay, so there's no taunt danger anymore. And it would be the same as playing the Druid of the Claw. That one would drop down to 2 HP also.
Is he considering not attacking?
Bring him down to 15. I think that's okay. I mean,
well,
on
16. It doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah. He's going to be on 9 mana with 3 cost Molten Giants. If he life taps, he could have played him, whatever, even if you bring him down or not. So there's going to be Senjin, Coin, Molten, and now 12 HP. Can you kill the 12 HP? You get the Force of Nature, got no Roar, you have an Innervate. That's not enough. Okay, you could Raz. He could Raz, Keeper, charge in his Druid of the Claw. Bring him down to 8. After you saw 1 Molten Giant. You could also go for Force of Nature and Raz. Go for 4 in the phase. And Hero ability. Go for 5 in the phase. Bring him down to 7. And then you got a Druid of the Claw. Keeper of the Grove. Innervate Hero ability. 7 damage, win the game. So if you go for Force of Nature, Wrath, and Hero ability, you could win next turn with what you have in the hand. And if you get a Roar, you can still go for Druid of the Claw Roar.
It's down to 11. Power overwhelming's on the end. Alesh.
That will be devastating.
That's a game. I mean, he needs to consider the power overwhelming at least.
Wait, that's not game. He could silence the Testingo, then play the Force of Nature and razz away the Giant also. And he goes for Keeper, Innervate, Raz, and taunts up probably his minion. He wants to play it safe. I mean, as you said, he's down to 11. There's 8 damage on the board. You need a taunt up now. And that's so great for him, since the Force of Nature will help him to clear the Molten Giant. What Twilight Drake, so annoying. And the Soulfire, so he could have won so easy with Power Overwhelming and Soulfire even. Wow, so Alesh so close to win this game. I think that's looking so not cool for Zadkiel. If he gets a Roar now, no, finally no Roar.
Well, even with a Roar, you wouldn't be able to win.
And it looks like that Alesh is going to win the second round between those two players.
Yep.
Force of Nature can clear the left Giant, and that's it. He can, he can Hero Power clear the right Twilight Drake. Okay, he cannot. It was like he only needs 2 trees, but he needs all trees to clear that minion. Well played, GG, and Alesh win the game between those two players with a Power Overwhelming, and he could even Soulfire, and then well played.
Yeah, 1-1.
That was a rather long match compared to the first one.
It was really long, and they took their time. But, you know, first, it's still the handlock of Alesh versus a Warrior.
Warrior is a great pick against Handlock if you draw perfectly. So we're gonna see if Zadkiel is getting his Shield Slams, Executes, Game Hunter Renos, stuff like that. Well, he doesn't need anything since Alesh is only having strange stuff in his hand. With this hand, I would consider a Coin Life Tap.
Yep.
Okay, with this hand, you don't need to Coin Life Tap.
No, definitely not. When you have a Twilight, you got everything you need. And he already has a Faceless and a big Game Hunter. In the Control Warrior matchup, that's really important and super strong.
Zadkiel is playing Control Warrior with Harvest Golem.
Harvest Golem.
That's the older version, the more mid-rangey version, where you go for Harvest Golems, probably Yetis or Senjins. I think that version is actually great against Handlock, since you got some beef on the board. Even without the armor, he still has a minion plus Taskmaster plus 5 Reward X. So like this, he could deal 4-7 damage to maybe get rid of a Twilight Drake. I think in this matchup, definitely a great choice.
So it's down the Watcher, followed by Twilight.
This is going to be so annoying. You're going to kill the Twilight, and then there's a Silence Watcher, so yeah, not so optimum. There is like from Zadkiel, am I going to drop my Harvest Golem or just armor up here? I got my shield block. I think he should armor up. That's the safer play, and go for his Fiery War Axe. Are we going to see the Twilight Drake? I wouldn't attack his face. I would take my time. You definitely want to have your weapon to slam some minions.
I would actually owl my Watcher now.
Life Tap Owl?
Yeah.
I like the Life Tap Owl.
I want to break the goddamn armor.
That's way better. You break the armor, you force him to shield slam or do something against your minion, and then you drop the giant Twilight Drake. Well, if Zadkiel has enough patience, he just pops down his Harrison now, and next turn brawls. That would be possible. So you pop your Harrison, Harrison would trade in theory with the enemy minion. If he plays Twilight Drake Soulfire, you can just brawl and hope that you're lucky. You could also shield block up now, shield slam the enemy away. Harvest Golem, armor up, possibility. Before I go Harvest Golem and armor up, I would just drop my Harrison on the Void.
Decisions. Harvest it is.
I'm really not a fan of that Harvest Golem, I have to say. But he has two minions. There was 2 attack on the board, so he can trade easy mode. Wow, Mountain Giant even for Alesh. So that Raza not okay starting hand we just counted is getting better and better for him. He could go Mountain Giant and silence the Harvest Golem to kill the Harvest Golem.
Also go for the Twilight. Which
Twilight
is also fine.
Face. So shield block.
410 Twilight.
Now he could attack the phase and brawl. Since shield block, armor up is not going to win him.
Nope.
I would think about drop the Cairn. Drop the Cairn, go for the phase, and then brawl.
Brawl next turn.
Yep. Absolutely. I would go for that. I wouldn't trade. Now, if you play Cairn, I think that's a misplay if you go for Cairn. You could have gone for just brawl value. Brawl, yeah. That would have been better in so many ways. Oh, he doesn't have enough mana to play the Mountain Giant coin Faceless Manip. That would be so great for him in the end. Iron Beak Owl.
Silence the Cairn.
Yeah. That hurts.
Trade in. Mortal Coil. Get rid of it.
Getting worse and worse for Zadkiel. This is looking great for Alesh. He might be able to pull this game off for a handlock in the end.
Oh.
Soulfire
I don't like that one.
Oh, it's working. Power Overwhelming lost. I didn't see that it was necessary to do this. Leroy, and you just lost your Power Overwhelming. Yeah, that ain't optimum. You could have just won next turn. And still Brawl. In this board, Brawl.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would actually trade the Owl away first, I guess.
Well, but the Owl is another target for the Brawl.
I know.
Before you trade away the Owl, I would play my Armor Smith and then Brawl. And leave everything alive.
Oh, yeah, he's on 7 mana.
So I don't think he should trade.
Then it's 40% that he actually gets one of the big bossy minions. 60% he comes out victorious.
I think it's okay if you just go for Brawl now with 4 minions on the board. I mean, it's 50-50 that there's only a minion on the board you can't kill easy mode. You cannot, like, if the Owl survives, just weapon up, kill the Owl. If one of the biggies survive, yeah, then you're screwed, still play your weapon. He goes for the phase, and now he pops a Brawl. He just wanted to get more chances. And let's see. I don't know if was it last minion entering or was it already patched? I think it was last minion still. So the Owl survives. Perfect outcome.
That's good.
Perfect outcome for Zadkiel. And what can Alesh do? Life tab into Twilight Drake. Wow, that was so good. It's getting only better and better for Alesh. How much mana is that for Zadkiel? Yeah, he can play the shield block, armor up, shield slam, and weapon kill the Zudrake.
First of all, shield block. See what you get.
Yeah, shield block. Oh, well, you could also just drop Harrison and armor up normally. I mean, Harrison is a great minion, great threat on the board. And if he trades his minion into your Harrison, you can just play your Fiery War Axe and kill his Zudrake, his Twilight Drake. So Harrison might be smart. Or you just attack it, shield block, and then shield slam it away. That's also possible. So never said anything. Just gets rid of his minion, his enemy's minion, goes to 7 armor. In the end, it was great, since, yeah, there would have been a Faceless Manip, maybe. Or he keeps the Faceless Manip for a Leroy later on to do the 12er burst. Yeah. Molten Giant, here we go. And Zadkiel has no answer.
Not yet. He needs to draw into an execute.
Okay, he has an answer with Whirlwind, Cochran, and go for it. But yeah, I'm just saying that's not an answer. Top deck Black Knight for Zadkiel.
Oh, what does he get?
As I said, easy mode for him.
I think this is going to be a Black Knight.
No.
Grimash.
Sadly not. Well, Grimash is okay. You could Whirlwind Grimash to just get rid of the giant easy mode.
I would do that.
I'm not sure. He's down on 15. You got Grimash and Whirlwind in your hand. The thing is, to kill the giant, you would need to use the Whirlwind anyways. And if you don't have the Whirlwind, you don't have a trigger for your Grimash. So as you say, you could actually go Grimash, Whirlwind, trade, just to be super safe, get rid of the enemy minion, and don't take damage. You still get your Cochran to deal damage to him. Grimash Whirlwind seems to be really a good play. If you go for your Harrison...
I don't see another play, to be honest.
If the other play gives you 8 damage, and that hurts a lot.
Yeah, and you lose your trigger for Grimash, as we already talked about. Yeah, Zadkiel is taking his time.
There could be just the Harrison drop, but he gets Siphon Sold, and then that's it. He goes for it, Whirlwind, attack with the weapon, and, well, he can armor up in the end. The only annoying thing is his weapon is gone, and that one weapon swing is a one weapon swing maybe too much he did early on. Since with a Taskmaster and Grimash, he could do the amount of damage he needs to do. If he had the weapon still, that would be 50 damage.
Wow.
Those life taps from Alesh are just maddening. Like, life tap into Twilight.
They're crazy.
Life tap into Giant. Big value hype.
Is he afraid to die?
Well, he's on 13, so he should be. Would play the Giant. If you're on 13, you can play the Giant. There's no reason to be afraid.
I mean, if he'd be on 12, I would understand his concerns, but nope.
He could have gone for Leroy and Faceless. That's 12 damage. So only 3 damage more, and he can just finish with
Only
that
1
thing.
damage.
Now
Because he has a 2-2 on the board.
Yeah, sure.
But he attacked already with it? Yeah, he did.
He needs to bring him down to 12, and then he can go for Leroy Faceless. GG. Okay, 13 HP left. We get another Wowen, so there is really the Gamache Wowen, and now you need to trade. Now you need to trade. You cannot risk it. Your enemy playing Power Overwhelming is gone. Your enemy playing Soulfire. Your enemy playing just an Arcus would be already annoying. You need to trade into the Mountain Giant.
Painful.
You lose your coolest win condition.
No, Sunwalker, heal yourself up.
Wow, that's so great for Alesh. It's just getting better and better. He's getting healthier, tauntier. You can Faceless Manipulator your taunter, or just win next turn with Leroy, Faceless Manip, GG.
Brawl was already played. This looks pretty over for Zadkiel.
I don't know how he could come back. Deathwing. So random Deathwing would be great. The Black Knight also pleasure. But Leroy, Faceless, Leroy is going to win the game. So Alesh, in the end, wins this best of 3. If he sees a play. So I'm not sure. I'm just saying he wins
Alesh is good enough to see that one.
Absolutely. So we're going to see Leroy, Faceless, Leroy, GG, Alesh winning the game here against Zadkiel. That makes it 2-1 for eSuba over Planet Key.
Yeah.
And the next
game could already decide.
I mean, that would be sad. eSuba would go on 8